Pramila Jayapal is backing Bernie Sanders. The Congresswoman's proclamation lit up liberal-leaning sites before she appeared with the Vermont senator in Iowa today.
I am all in for Bernie Sanders!
Trying to push him to victory in the first-in-the-nation race. That race will be key to pushing narratives or donors to fund and staff the national campaigns.
I'll stay as long as you want. We'll take selfies.
Senator Elizabeth Warren was the first to hire Washington state staff, fueled by a major appearance here last summer when an estimated 15,000 people poured into the Seattle Center to see her speak. Earlier this month, Sanders did the same, hiring one-time Seattle Council candidate Sean Scott to be a main voice.
We've been waiting for this moment for the last 3 years. We're going to give it everything that we have.
Then there is Michael Bloomberg. What's the strategy right now with Washington when it comes to Washington State?
To win. that's the first part. But more seriously, building up the infrastructure right here in the state. We expect to have about 10 offices across the state of Washington with staff.
That's Bloomberg National Chairman and former Philadelphia Mayor Michael Nutter, who was in Seattle this past weekend and says his candidate is avoiding early states and banking on others like Washington in the race for the nomination.
And when you look at the number of delegates that are available through those contests, the first four actually in February, representing a little less than 4% of the delegate total versus Super Tuesday in March and the subsequent contests, over 60% of the delegates.
Yes, the picture for everyone could become much clearer in just a couple of months. In Seattle, Chris Daniels, King 5 News.